Hi everyone, it's Felicia. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a few things to help you stay at your healthiest with cold and flu season coming up. I'm not an expert and I'm not a doctor. I'm just going to share with you some things that I do to try to not get every cold that's running around, or flu or virus. And I had to kind of learn this through trial and error. In my last job, I was a preschool teacher. So that was like, you get up every day and you get ready to go to work, and walking into work was like walking into a petri dish. As cute as they are, that's what it was like. So after many colds and strep throat and feeling like you had gotten hit by a truck, I said, okay, if I'm going to keep this job, and that was my job for a long time, I better start doing some research and figuring out what I can do on a day-to-day basis that's going to give my immune system a step up and try to stay ahead of the game. So I'm just going to go over the few things that I do every day. I still do those things every day now, and some things that you may need to do a little bit more if you start feeling sick. So the very first thing I'm going to talk about are some supplements. Every single day I take this. This is vitamin D, and it's raw D3. It's by the Garden of Life. I take one a day. I love Garden of Life supplements, and I like raw supplements because a raw supplement is like eating a whole food as opposed to going to Walgreens and buying vitamin D over the counter that has a lot of synthetic stuff in it. Vitamin D is really great in the winter because in the summer, if we're out in the sun, obviously our bodies are going to absorb a lot of vitamin D and help keep us healthy. In the winter, not so much. So I do take one a day, even in the summer, all through the winter. If I start feeling like I'm getting a cold or I'm coming down with something, I'll up it. I will take up to 3 of these a day if I feel like I'm coming down with something. Vitamin D is also great for your bones and your teeth, and it does provide some resistance to diseases, so that's why I take it. And being female, we all have to worry about osteoporosis, and this will help us guard against that as well. So that's the first thing. Next, another supplement I like to take is also by Garden of Life, and it's also raw, and it's CoQ10. CoQ10 is really like a heart health supplement, but it fights fatigue, it stabilizes your blood sugar, and it fights viruses. It also can keep your pH balances at their optimal level, which is important for keeping yourself healthy as well. I have a few notes here, so don't forget to tell you things I want to tell you. So again, Garden of Life, raw, CoQ10. I only take one a day. That's it. Even if I'm not feeling my best, I'll still only take one a day. Now my go-to every day is this Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I try to get my husband to drink it, and he won't. My daughters drink it every day. My youngest daughter took it to college with her, and she will drink it every day. So how do I drink it? Some people put it in a shot glass and they'll pound the shot back. I have a hard time with that, so I'll just put it in a cup of water. And my morning routine would be, I get up, I have my coffee, I'll usually go take a walk, and I come home and I'll drink my apple cider vinegar and water. And I truly believe that this stuff keeps you healthy. It's got so many different benefits to it. If you've read about it in the news, you can Google it. It's like detoxifies. It's great. Sorry. Somebody else also said that this aids in weight loss. I don't know if I could really speak to that, but hey, if it's an added benefit I'm going to get, great. So you can't really see it now because my bottle, I've been shaking it up, but it gets all these little particles on the bottom of it once it settles. And that's the stuff that's supposed to be great for you. So I highly recommend you incorporating some of this into your diet. And I don't recommend you going to your local grocery store and buying like Heinz. I really would say you have to get the Braggs. It has to be organic. And there's just no getting around it. So try it. Let me know what you think. Now, with Brett, let's keep this guy out because sometimes you just can't avoid getting sick and you get a cold or your throat is killing you. And what do you want when you get a cold and your throat's killing you? You want tea. This makes a great tea for when you're sick. So you boil your water like typically you would do. You put like a shot of this in your little teacup. But to that, you're going to add some honey. This is raw honey. Again, I like to eat a lot of things that are raw. You can get this at your local health food store. That's where I get mine. And the apple cider vinegar, most grocery stores sell this now. You don't have to get this at a health food store. So you got your hot water, you're going to put your apple cider vinegar in there, you're going to put about a teaspoon of some raw honey in there because the raw honey will soothe your throat and it just makes it taste better. And then on the top you're going to sprinkle some cinnamon. This is organic cinnamon. It's by Frontier Co-op. There's no GMOs in it. It's really good for you. It'll last you a long time. So just put all that stuff in your hot water, sprinkle with cinnamon, and it's, you know, I enjoy it. I think it tastes good. I have made it again for the husband. He's not a fan, but if he's really sick and really whining, he'll get it down. So that's our tea. Now we're going to talk about, some essential oils. I'm a huge fan of essential oils, and I truly believe that they work. This first one is Thieves oil, and it's by Young Living. I'm a Young Living member, so I get these at a wholesale cost. If you're interested, you can contact me about that. But what do I do with it? So if I feel like I'm coming down with something, and this happened a lot when I worked in pre-K, or I'd go in and half the class was like oozing stuff from every little hole in their cute little faces. So that night, I would make sure when I went to bed, I got my Thieves oil, and you just rub it on the bottom of your feet. And you don't need a carrier oil. You can put this on there straight. Sometimes, you know, with these oils, you might want to mix it with coconut oil or olive oil just to make it go on easier. But you don't really need to do that with this. It smells great. I think so. It's not off-putting. It kind of has like a clovey type smell, so it's very soothing and very relaxing. And I am telling you, this will keep you healthy or stop whatever it is that your body's trying to fight. Just put it on your feet. And during cold and flu season, you could go to bed every night and put it on your feet. It doesn't thrill my husband. He always goes, "Oh my God, do you have that oil on your feet?" But I don't care, because I'd rather smell cloves than be sick. This is also, you can ingest this oil. Again, you can make a tea with this. I have not tried it, so I'm not going to really be able to give you too much information on that. But just again, like if you're going to boil water, put a few drops and you can drink it. It's not going to kill you. The next oil I wanted to talk to you guys about is oil of oregano. This is not by Young Living. This one is by Now. Sometimes I'll run out of the oils and I can't really get a shipment from Young Living really quickly, so I'll run to my local health food store, and this is the brand that they happen to carry there, and it's a great brand. I like it just as much. But what do I do with it? So I'm going to tell you. This is my mouthwash every day, and you are going to need a glass jar. I just had this iced tea drink. I ran it through my dishwasher, cleaned it all out, and I've had it for a really long time, and this is what I use to make my mouthwash. In this jar, I just fill it all the way up to the top with distilled water. You need about 2 cups to do this, and this will hold just about 2 cups. And then to that 2 cups, what's great about the Now brand oil of oregano is that it has a dropper. See that? And you're going to need to add to your distilled water about 11 drops of this oil of oregano. And that's it. That's all you need. You need your distilled water, some oil of oregano, put it in there, shake it up, and you have mouthwash. Wow. How does that keep you healthy? Oregano is a really, really great bacteria killer. So it's nice to kill the bacteria in your mouth, give you a nice fresh breath, and if there's anything lingering there, the little ugly bacteria bugs that want to get you sick, nope. Don't even get a bit of chance. So that's what I do with my mouthwash. Another supplement here I forgot to tell you about, also by the Garden of Life, and these are probiotics. So I take one of these every day too. I don't really go beyond one a day with them. One is enough for me. How does that help keep you healthy? Because it helps keep your gut healthy. If you have a healthy gut, you just have a healthy self. So I really think that they're very beneficial, and everyone should try to work a little probiotics into their lives. And another benefit to staying healthy during the winter would be sleep. Sleep doesn't really come easily to a lot of us, unfortunately. But something that I found that can help you get a little sleepier is lavender oil. And I did also run out of my lavender oil from Young Living, so I ran over to my local health food store and picked this up. I keep a diffuser by my bed. Just fill it with distilled water, a couple drops of lavender oil in it, run it at night. It's just very peaceful and soothing smell. I also bought a spray bottle. You can find them on Amazon, like an atomizer. And I did the same thing with the distilled water, a little bit of lavender oil in there, and you can spray it on your pillow, on your sheets. It's really refreshing. And my little dog, who you've met, Belle, sometimes she does that reverse sneeze thing that the dogs do with the pushed-in noses, you know. If any of you have those kinds of dogs, you know what I'm talking about. And when that starts to happen to her, she just gets really anxious and has a hard time calming down. So I get my little lavender atomizer and I just spray it around her, and it really does seem to help. I know it sounds crazy, but it does. Last thing I want to talk about, it doesn't really keep you healthy, but it's just like an after effect of the winter. Sometimes people can really have problems with dry skin during the winter. I have a lot of problems with my hands getting really dry during the winter. So I make my own cream to try to combat that, and I use essential oils. And I put it in a little jelly jar like this. In here is a half a cup of shea butter. You can find it in your local health food store. A half a cup of coconut oil, 10 drops of lavender oil, and 10 drops of tea tree oil. I don't have my tea tree oil because my daughter took that with her to college as well. I use it on my hands. It's really probably too heavy for your face unless you're having an issue. My son was diagnosed with seborrheic dermatitis, and he was trying all kinds of things to combat it, going to the dermatologist. And the medicine that they were giving him was just really full of steroids, and he did not want to put that on his face, so he's talking to me about it. He's like, you know, do you have any suggestions? Do you have any idea what I could do? And that's how I actually stumbled upon this, doing some research of ways to help him. So he started using it, and he loves it, and he's never going back, and he doesn't use any of those horrible over-the-counter medications anymore on his face. This works for him. It may not work for everyone, but it does work for him. And regarding the tea tree with the dry skin, sometimes you get a dry scalp in the winter too, and you may have a dandruff problem. And if that's the case, when you're washing your hair in the shower and you squeeze your shampoo into your hand, a couple drops of tea tree in with your shampoo, mix it together, wash your hair. It really should just take care of your problem. Just do it each time you wash your hair through the winter or whenever you're having a problem with dry scalp. So those are my tips for trying to stay healthy. Some of these things I've learned just by researching on my own, some are life lessons, and some I have learned from my very good friend Tonijean Kulpinski, who is a holistic practitioner, so I have to give her a shout out because she's really helped me along on this journey of discovering things that you can use to help your health that are no antibiotics or things that are going to be more harmful to you than are helpful to you. If you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you next time. Have a great week.